things like maps, temperature, and so forth. We pick a different app quickly. We'll pick the Bing Sports app. Absolutely stunning display here. Again, all high definition video. I can use my finger to move across. You can see the schedule, my favorite teams. You get the idea. I can zoom in, zoom out using my fingers. Very clean experience. Now, this is great not just for Windows 8 style applications, but it opens up a whole new experience for Office and modern productivity. And one of the scenarios I wanted to talk to you about is one Steve alluded to around meetings. You know, the world today is one where people are always having to come together in real time for a meeting. And people are roaming, they're on the road, they're traveling, they may be in different geographies, different continents. We think that there's many new experiences that we can create with a device like this and meetings. I want to go ahead and join a meeting that's in progress. It's a link meeting that's here. I'll go ahead and start that. And this is going to start in high definition, multi-party video conference, just in one click. Here, Brian, you there?
I'm there. How are you, Kirk?
Brian, you sound great. I'm going to go ahead and start my video. Now, let's say we've got this video started and I want to add somebody. Let's go down the list here and we'll go ahead and add Sandhya. I can just drag and drop her with my finger. That's all it takes. And I can go ahead and add Sandhya to the meeting itself. She'll pop up in a quick second there. Absolutely beautiful experience. Hey, Brian, you want to go and add a PowerPoint presentation for us to collaborate on?
Absolutely. Here it is.
Great. So we've got our multi-party HD video session going here at the top. And I've just asked Brian to go ahead and load a PowerPoint presentation that we can all view and collaborate on. I showed you PowerPoint a couple of minutes ago. It's fully touch interactive as well. I can go ahead and just move through these slides. We can all be looking at different content if we want, or make sure we stay together there. You see Brian has already started to annotate slides. I didn't do anything there. That's happening from one of the folks here on the list. But of course, I have full capability here to do markup as well. I'll go ahead and pick a so I can use my styles. I can even just use my finger and go across here, highlight different things that I want in the meeting itself. So we have our multi-party HD video session. We've got a PowerPoint going. We're collaborating on it together all at the same time. One thing that might be great is to add a common note-taking session as well. Oftentimes you want to make sure people are on the same page and we can collectively take notes together. I want to show you a scenario here where we've enabled that using OneNote. I showed you OneNote earlier, but I'll go ahead and bring OneNote up here where we can do a common share. You can share all kinds of content in this link session. I could share my desktop, programs, other PowerPoints if I want, whiteboards, polls. I'm going to go ahead and tap on OneNote for a second here. I could share an existing notebook, one of my own personal notebooks. I'm going to go ahead and just tap this one here. This is the notebook that the team has set up already. Now, what Office does, since this is a shared notebook, is it goes ahead and inserts here the meeting details into the OneNote itself. So for example, the content that we're all sharing and collaborating on is listed here in this table. And here are all the participants. That's done for me automatically. If I don't want to see that right now, I can just tap those and collapse them. And then we can all be collaboratively taking notes here on the page. Now what I'm going to do is actually pin this so that I can see not just my note-taking session here on the right, but my collaborative meeting session over on the left as well. And again, it's all fully touch enabled where I can just tap here and Great. Try that one more time. There we go. And there's my line. Okay. So hopefully this gives you a sense of some of the things that we can do. Let me just shut this down for a quick sec. Some of the things that we can do with a new Office running on these Windows 8 devices. It's a great time for Office. There are a number of new scenarios here that we're able to enable, taking advantage of Windows 8, taking advantage of these great devices, the tablet, the PC, these large multi-touch monitors for modernizing collaborative and productivity scenarios. Whether I'm at work, whether I'm at home, whether I'm in the classroom, it's all there for us. Steve?
The modern Office. Kirk only had a chance really to show you a smidge. When you think Office, you think about all the new features in Word and Excel and PowerPoint. We showed you a little smattering of those. But what we really tried to do thematically was bring alive some of the big directions. The move to Windows 8. You saw us change the fundamental Office UI to be fast and fluid and touchable, which is certainly required in this world of the modern Office. Ink, not just handwriting recognition, but really ink, becomes a first-class citizen with this next generation of device, replacing the pen and paper, the markup that people do, with digital notes and drawings and annotations that really roam with you, that you can look at across multiple devices from very large screen on down, is fundamental. You see that we're embracing the next generation of Windows with applications that are native to the new Windows experience. Kirk had a chance to show you a little bit of OneNote, but just a little bit really of OneNote in that new mode with OneNote and Link. The support on ARM, and you'll see this as we and our partners ship PCs and Surface devices with ARM chips in them. Full Word, full PowerPoint, full Excel. You give up nothing of the rich capabilities of Microsoft Office when you embrace a Windows 8 ARM device. That wasn't a junior version. That was full Office available to you with full capability on this next generation of device. The cloud. When you go and try the preview, you'll sign up for a service. And that service will utilize SkyDrive and Skype and roaming capabilities. It will enable people who want to subscribe to a service as opposed to buy a piece of software and get services and upgrades that come with that automatically. Social. We showed you a little bit from a business and enterprise point of view. But the ability to go in new directions, particularly with the Yammer acquisition, is really quite high. The People Card, we showed you just a little bit, a touch of what we're doing with the People Card and Skype. But the ability to go from an activity in which you're by yourself to an activity in which you're working with people collaboratively is really quite high. You saw annotations with the pen. You saw some of the new reading capabilities, some of the new meeting capabilities. We didn't show you as much of the sort of fundamental new productivity capabilities, but Kirk gave you just a little glimpse, for example, what we're doing with Excel. Because as I said earlier, it's about Windows 8, it's about the cloud, and it's about new capabilities. That's what we bring together, and Kirk had a chance to show you a little bit in the modern Office. Now, there are a number of customers who I'm going to reference. Sorry. There are a number of customers who I want to reference who've been using this new wave of Office products in trial. I'll start with Mike Reese. Mike's a student at Baylor University. I'll just read the quote to you. The new Office and Windows 8 are everything I love about tablets. Portable and fun to use, but with the full functionality of Windows and the powerful Office suite. I mean, when we talked about Surface and launched it, we said you can have a no-compromise experience, a new class of computing that's all that we love, work and play, tablet and PC. And certainly Mike seems to agree. Now, Mike is a student at Baylor. He runs a web development company on the side. He's an avid volunteer at his church, and he's constantly on the move with really a lot to do. Let me give you a second example. These will all be, if you will, from the consumer area. Second example is Susan Drever, who I think we would best characterize as a super mom. Susan smiling over there. She's mom to two energetic boys, lives in Houston. She's the fundraising chair on the PTA board. She uses OneNote to organize fundraisers. She uses Excel to track Cub Scout badges and awards, a very important productivity exercise. Outlook to manage their family schedule, and SkyDrive to keep it all connected. Susan says, SkyDrive is a lifesaver. I was on vacation, and I could access my special Tooth Fairy letter to get it under my son's pillow. I think that's kind of a telling productivity example, not from somebody trying to do manage the next generation enterprise, but to manage the most important organization in most of our lives, which is our family. Third case I want to reference is Mike Kaminsky. Mike is a band manager. He runs a small business that manages bands in Los Angeles. He's constantly either on the road or in the studio. He wants all of his books, all of his games, all of his music, all of his office docs, everything on a tablet. Mike says, I can basically travel with nothing and work as if I were in my office, which may be ultimately the ultimate compliment. I don't have a quote from the last user I want to reference, but that would be me. Of all the great things we're working on, the product that really has just come together and been transformative in the way I work is the modern office on Windows 8. The fluid user interface, the snappiness of the feel, the ability to go from touch mode to keyboard and mouse mode, the ability to use one of these displays. We got a lot of work to do to get the cost down, but I'll tell you, it transforms the way you work. I have no phone, I have no paper, I have no whiteboard. My entire life now lives on Office 15 and Windows 8. I use it for video conferencing, I use it for phone calls, I use it for notes, I use it for meetings. I have everything roaming through the cloud, roaming with me with appropriate security and protection. That'll be for the enterprise section of the meeting. But it is absolutely, it's almost a visceral response you have when you see the new Windows 8 user interface with the new generation of Office working as a service in these new ways and on these new scenarios. The reaction is really phenomenal, and I really do encourage everybody to join those of us who've tried the product, those we had a chance to hear from. You just go to the office.com WAC preview site, and you can try Office 365. What we will encourage you to do is to try Office 365, the service. The service you'll try is called the Home Premium service. It's the one that's featured when you go to the office.com WAC preview site. If you're interested in other parts of the product line, you'll be able to find them. But this is the premier consumer experience. There's an equivalent experience also available for trial for our business customers online today as well. You can still buy software and install it. That'll be part of this family of Microsoft products that ship. That's not going away, at least certainly not at this stage in the game. And yet I think the bulk of customers who move with us to Windows 8 in the modern Office will want to move with us with this service-based infrastructure. So I encourage you all to get out and at least give that a try today. It is an amazing time. It's certainly an amazing time to be at Microsoft. The Windows 8 launch is right around the corner. We have a lot to do, but it's right around the corner with availability coming as we announced in October. And in a sense, it feels to us a lot like 1995. We have the most vibrant, exciting new version of Windows in years. We complement it with the most vibrant, exciting new release of Office in years. Office that's designed for the new Windows. Office that's designed for the new world of cloud service. And while individually I think they're quite remarkable, together I think they're quite magical. And in this case, we took the extra step. We said we need a piece of hardware which really shows off this uncompromised experience between work and play. And so with the Microsoft Surface and the full range of Office productivity available on that device and on the full range of Windows 8 devices from our partners, I think you almost go beyond magical in a way that is just incredibly, incredibly exciting. You put that together with